Hey guys, NoZoupForYou here, and I don't want to kick a dead horse. I know I covered the Conqueror in depth, and that was interesting. Got a lot of, let's say, a lot of feedback, and I figured I would. It's a controversial topic, and I kind of should have guessed that it probably would have gone the way it did. I know a lot of you didn't like what I had to say. That's fine. I've got no problem with that. That's cool. You can disagree with me. It's all right. That's what these are for. That's what opening conversation is for. You know, get us talking about the issues at hand. I'm not always going to agree with you all. You're not always going to agree with me. That's what makes this community better. That's what makes the game better. Disagreement, because only through disagreement you can fix things. If everybody agreed on stuff, things would kind of be boring. So yeah, there's a little bit of fire tossed my way, and I probably tossed a little gasoline on that fire, and you know, I've got no issue if you disagree with me, as long as it's constructive and you all are cool about it. You know, I'm fine with that. That's the way it is. No skin off my back. Perfectly fine. But the developers have just released their own thoughts on the Conqueror and some balancing to it. So I just want to cover that really, really quickly and get into my thoughts of that. First and foremost, they said basically what I said. There have not been enough battles played in the Conqueror yet to come to a formal opinion on it, and whether or not it needs severe balancing or rebalancing or tweaking. There's just not. So, you know, I had to outline that in my video, and that was the whole purpose of it, saying that it did not need to be nerfed yet. And that was in the title, and I think a lot of you might have missed that. I'm not against balancing it or tweaking it if, you know, Wargaming deems it necessary. All I was saying is just hold on, just wait a second. Let's just see where it goes. And I gave some stats, and I gave my thoughts on why that should be, and, you know, again, a lot of you disagreed, but that's cool. Yeah, so Wargaming has given their own stats on it right now, and I just want to point out some key points and some things that I think are worth taking note of. So first and foremost, average damage is pretty much online with what I had pointed out. The Conqueror is 10,000 ahead of the Montana at 108,254 average damage. In hit points, Montana at 97,000, Yamato at 95,000, and GK at 91,000. I don't know where they're pulling these stats from. This is probably universal, all regions combined. I can only assume that, don't know for sure, but that's what I'm going to go with. So there you go. Conqueror is far ahead of the group. However, this is what I want to point out. And this is what I want to bring attention to right now. The average damage and hit point percentage. This is something that should be a flag. This is something that should tell you there is something wrong with the ship, but not an overpoweredness, because like I said, I don't think it's overpowered. A lot of you disagree. I think it's not, and this is why. The Conqueror, and its hit point percentage, is overall 161.49. You know, I'm having trouble deciphering this right now because, of course, the Russians have a different way of writing their numbers. 161,49. I don't know if that's 161,049 or whatever, but still. Conqueror's at 161.49, Montana 162.25, Yamato 153.07, GK 155.45. However, this is the key takeaway. This is what you need to look at. Of that, the Conqueror is 47.3 against cruisers and 96.2 against battleships. 96.2 against battleships. Yes, pay attention to that, because the Montana is 70,8 against cruisers and 71,7 against battleships. Yamato is 60,9 against cruisers, 76,6 against battleships, and the GK is 66,2 against cruisers and 71,7 against battleships. Do you know what that tells me? And I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you right now, that means the Conqueror is ineffective in the role of a battleship. That's right. A battleship should be going after cruisers. A battleship should be attacking cruisers. And the fact that the Conqueror's average hit point percentage damage against cruisers is that low tells me that there's a flaw with it. And it tells me that players are using the Conqueror for the sole purpose of damage farming against battleships. Yes, that's right. They're slinging fire, HE, and shells at the wrong target. They are targeting battleships and farming damage off of battleships. That is not the role of a battleship. A battleship should not be doing that. The Montana, Yamato, and Grosser Kurfürst are all pretty much equal in that aspect. However, the Conqueror is skewed completely in the other direction. And you know what the problem is when you're only targeting battleships and you're slinging HE at battleships and you're catching battleships on fire? They're going to repair 2/3 of that. That's right. That damage is mostly going to come right back and wind back up on ships. So right there, the Conqueror is not doing damage and permanent damage against the ships it should be doing permanent damage against, which are cruisers. Battleships need to destroy cruisers so that destroyers can do their job. That is not happening with the Conqueror. And that is the big point that I'm trying to say, and the big point why the Conqueror is not overpowered. There you have it. The other stats are pretty much unimpressive. Ships destroyed, the Conqueror is not even leading in that. That's Montana and the Grosser Kurfürst at over 1 per battle. Average survival rate, yeah, the Conqueror is a little ahead in that, 52%. Montana's at 45%. Montana's actually gotten a lot of love. People are liking it apparently and playing it a lot lately. Average win rate, Conqueror's not even in the lead in that. That's Grosser Kurfürst in Montana at 54 and 53%. Actually, Conqueror's tied with Yamato at 52%. Average lifespan, Conqueror's a little more, 12 minutes, 46 seconds. The other ships are behind. So, in the words of Wargaming, the story so far, Conqueror does in fact have high average damage, but that's mostly due to his priority target, other battleships. However, it is mostly damaged by HE shells and fire. Repair Party is quite effective for mitigating that. There you have it. And that is pretty much in line with what I said. You know, the ship's doing damage against the wrong type of ships for a battleship. Especially at tier 10. You gotta take out those cruisers. But hey, it's alright. Wargaming's going to tweak it a little bit, and they're already going to increase the consumable recharge time for Repair Party from 120 seconds to 180 seconds, and Repair Party 2 from 80 seconds to 120 seconds. They're also increasing detectability from 14.76 to 15.66 kilometers. You know what? Those are tweaks. Those are not nerfs. I think those are small tweaks. And they haven't made it yet. They're just testing those out. So, like I said, Wargaming is going to monitor the situation. If they think tweaks need to be made, they're going to make it like they are. So, there you go. Conqueror. Well, I'm done beating this dead horse. I'm done beating it. You all can say what you want. Go ahead, that's fine, but these are my thoughts on it. Like I said, I hate playing against the Conqueror, but it is what it is, and I don't think it's overpowered, and I don't think it has the capacity to carry. And there you go why. It's targeting, and its players are targeting the wrong type of ships. They're just farming damage. Anyhow, thanks for watching, guys. I'm out.